The year is 2025. A silent storm brews in the heart of the American political landscape. This is not a storm of missiles or tanks, but of money, influence, and ambition. At its eye stands Elon Musk, the enigmatic entrepreneur who once promised us Mars, now sets his sights on a more earthly target, the United States government. Musk's ambition knows no bounds. His companies have revolutionized space travel, electric vehicles, and even brain-computer interfaces. But his latest venture is his most audacious yet. He aims to do what many consider impossible, to disrupt and rebuild the very machinery of American governance. This is not a hostile takeover, not in the traditional sense. There are no tanks rolling down Pennsylvania Avenue, no soldiers storming the Capitol building. Instead, Musk employs a different kind of force, the power of his wealth, his technology, and his unwavering belief in his own vision. The world watches, holding its breath, as the future of the world's most powerful nation hangs in the balance. This is the story of how one man's ambition shook the foundations of American democracy. The takeover began subtly, almost imperceptibly. Musk's newly formed Department of Government Efficiency, known simply as DOGE, targeted the United States Agency for International Development, USAID. This agency, responsible for distributing billions in foreign aid, became the first domino to fall in Musk's grand experiment. There were no armed guards, no forced entry. Musk, ever the strategist, understood that brute force would only galvanize opposition. Instead, DOGE operatives, armed with court orders and backed by the president's blessing, simply walked through the front doors of USAID headquarters. The message was clear. This was not a negotiation, but a changing of the guard. The old ways were over. Efficiency, Musk promised, was the new order of the day. The immediate impact of USAID's shutdown reverberated across the globe. Overnight, billions of dollars in aid dried up. Programs supporting healthcare, education, and infrastructure in developing nations ground to a halt. Millions who relied on US aid faced uncertainty and hardship. The world watched in disbelief as the once reliable flow of American assistance dwindled to a trickle. Accusations of American imperialism morphed into desperate pleas for the restoration of aid. Musk, however, remained unfazed. The cries of the needy were mere static against his grand vision. He argued that the existing system was inefficient, riddled with corruption and waste. He promised a leaner, more effective system, one powered by technology and driven by data. USAID was just the beginning. Emboldened by his early success, Musk turned his attention to other government agencies. The departments of Education, Homeland Security, and even the Treasury felt the impact of DOGE. Budgets were slashed, deemed bloated and inefficient. Long-time civil servants found themselves out of work, replaced by algorithms and automated systems. The traditional machinery of government, slow and bureaucratic, struggled to adapt to Musk's accelerated timeline. His critics, a chorus of voices growing louder by the day, accused him of dismantling essential services and jeopardizing national security. They saw in his actions not a quest for efficiency, but a dangerous power grab, a blurring of the lines between private enterprise and public service. What drives Elon Musk? Is it altruism, a genuine desire to improve the lives of others? Or is it something more self-serving? A lust for power, a need to control everything he touches. Musk himself has offered various explanations for his actions. He speaks of streamlining government, of eliminating waste and inefficiency. He envisions a future where bureaucracy is a relic of the past, replaced by a nimble, responsive government powered by technology. His critics, however, see a more cynical motive. They point to his close ties to the Trump administration, to the unprecedented access he has been granted to the levers of power. They fear that Musk is not so much reforming government as he is privatizing it, bending it to his will and serving his own interests. As Musk's influence within the government grows, so too does the backlash. Protests erupt across the nation. Lawsuits wind their way through the courts, challenging the legality of his actions. The nation finds itself deeply divided. Some see Musk as a savior, a visionary come to drag the government kicking and screaming into the 21st century. Others view him with fear and suspicion, a rogue actor with too much power and too little accountability. The future hangs in the balance. Will Musk's gamble pay off? Will he succeed in building his vision of a more efficient, more responsive government? Or will his ambitions be his undoing, leaving behind a legacy of chaos and distrust? Only time will tell.